Hey everybody, it's me, the D, with a nice haircut. Feels so much better after a nice haircut. And shave, a little trim action. So I told you about Andy, how we met yesterday. That was pretty fun. I'm a little sunburned still too. I was outside a lot at the foundry today. But, so telling you the story about the English book. We looked at our English book and we always, I guess we're just standard, but I guess you consider it nerd now. We kind of look ahead to what our assignments were going to be. And we looked ahead and noticed that they skipped these two particular sections. So it's like chapter 2.1, 2.2, 2.4, and 2.5. And we're like, well, what about 2.3? What's up with that? So we looked at it, and it was a section where you had to fill in the words, and it was an old-ass book. Because we went to school in the 70s and 80s, but these books were like from the 50s and 60s. Louisiana school system back then. I don't know if it's gotten any better. I would assume it has. Let's hope. Anyway, so we look it up, and back in the day, they used to call rain boots rubbers. Or shoes, things that you put over your shoes for rain, they called them rubbers. And as we all know, rubbers have taken on another connotation. Or denotation, rather. So that was mildly funny. We're like, oh, I see what she did. But then there was a whole chapter left out. It was like 4.1 and then 4.9. So 4.2 through 4.8 was not even there. And that section was on editing, properly called. But they called it boners. And a boner was a mistake. And it was like, how to spot a boner. And man, we just cracked up. And the funniest thing was, they're talking about writing and editing and how to spot mistakes. And they were talking about, then they went into even more in depth in journalism and how to spot newspaper mistakes or newspaper boners. So it's like a whole section on how to spot a newspaper boner. So, we would roll up the newspaper and, this is my newspaper boner, can you spot it? So, that was a little juvenile, but we were juveniles. So I had a great day at the foundry today. It's an all-day class, and it's really inspiring. We had a demo about patinas, and it was outside, so I was like outside for 90 minutes in the sun. So that was pretty intense. Working away on my project, I've started over a couple of times, and the critique is next week. So whatever I come up with this week, well, I wanted to show you guys because I was hoping to have it finished, but I've got a pretty decent test done. So I got to build a box around it. It makes no sense to you right now saying it. But we had a pouch meal last night. Did I talk about that? I don't think I did. No, because we hadn't eaten them yet. Pouch meals, awesome. What you do is you take aluminum foil, or we prefer to use parchment paper, and by we I mean me. I prefer to use parchment paper, and you get you a big piece of parchment paper, about twice the size of your meal, fold it in half. And what you do is you take a main food like a meat, tofu, chicken leg, preferably boneless piece of fish. Last night we did sausages. We had 2 nice chicken sausages. And then I chopped up into smallish bits carrots, potatoes, and then diced onion, pepper, and celery. Put that in there. Put the sausages on top. A little bit of olive oil, a little bit of lemon juice, and I mean a really little bit. Like, a couple of drops of olive oil, because this method of cooking gets it all, salt and pepper. Roll up the edges till you seal it like a calzone. Staple it all around the edges with an actual stapler. Cook it in the oven, 350 for 35 minutes. You're good to go. Dinner, done. No cleanup. Well, you got to wash your dishes, but the little pouch, it cooks inside the little pouch, and it steams everything. And the oil gets evenly distributed. Delish. Pouch meals, parchment pouch. Or you can use aluminum foil, but you got to leave a little vent. Alright, talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.